whole idea of this show is to throw more light on the choice of songs that we use to express worship. Let's get more people worshiping the right way. Who is like unto thee, my Lord?
Lord, you are sovereign, sovereign.
There is no one like you. Great are you, Lord. Great are you, Lord. Great are you, Lord. Great are you, Lord.
Hello everyone, you're very welcome. You know what we just did? We just tried to worship spontaneously. See, worship is from the heart. It's from the spirit. You don't need to rehearse worship before you worship. If you have a personal relationship with God, it's always easy to worship. And with this, I say a very big welcome to Worship and More with P. Uche and Didi. And this is the Worship Song Challenge. Final edition. Woo! Yeah. So we've actually had 11 episodes in the past, and this is the 12th one, and it's the concluding episode of this series. It's been a beautiful journey. It's been an exciting one. It's been fun, I tell you. And if you've been joining us, I trust that you've also had so much fun learning about worship. Now I have with me someone that has co-hosted this show from the very beginning. A very interesting, inspiring, amazing young gentleman, all the way from Birmingham in the United Kingdom. Please join me as I make welcome again and again and again, Didi.
Thank you very much. I'm sure you all have enjoyed the past 11 episodes. It's amazing. It's been wonderful. And so from now, you can already make up your mind which team you're supporting, because, just maybe your prophecy about whichever team you're supporting winning may just come to pass this time. So pick your sides. And then once the game starts, please remain faithful to your team. If your team wins, congrats. If your team learns, well, it's always an opportunity. So, as you choose your teams, we're going to be getting ready. Just before we start, I will tell you the rules of the game. So, it's an interesting one again to be back for this final episode. Make sure you take your notes. Make sure you enjoy the whole vibe and the whole everything about this last episode. Because everything, we're putting in our everything for this last episode. So, hope you've been enjoying it. See you.
Thank you very much, Didi. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, so he says you should root for your teams from now. And throughout the game, stay faithful to your team. So would it be Team Melody? Team Melody? Yes. Or will it be Team Harmony? Yes. Well, it's not in the yes. We'll find out soon enough. Because we're going to be listening to 5 songs. And they will decide, is it worship or not? Before we go into the game, we would like to hear Didi read off the rules again. Didi, over to you.
All right, the rules of the game. The first one, pick your team and be faithful. The second is that what's going to be happening is they're going to listen to 30 seconds of 5 different songs and have just 5 seconds to decide, along with you, if it's a worship song or not. The first team to tap the buzzer has a bonus point, and the team that answers correctly has 2 solid points. At the end of the 5 rounds, the results will be collated and announced, and we would know if your prophecy was true.
Did he? Okay. So we will know for those that have been prophesying or prophesying, but we'll get to know. Yeah, moving right along, we're getting into the last set of songs in this series. DJ Chibuzo is still in the house with us. Thank you very much for being here from episode 1 all through till episode 12. And then we also have the record keeper, accurate record keeper, Chi. Thank you very much. So we're ready for this last one. Team Melody, are you ready? Okay. Team Harmony, are you ready? You're ready. DJ Chibuzo, the first song, please. Team Melody.
It is a worship song, man.
It's a worship song.
It is a worship song.
It's a worship song. Oh my word. Wow. It seems in this last episode, the two teams agreed on all the songs. Did he?
Well, quite interesting that they did. And it's looking very likely that there's going to be a battle for who is actually the winner in this, because they did quite well. But after the break, we will be analyzing more in depth these songs, because they're very particular and popular as well. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Well, we've had 5 songs and different opinions, but somehow the opinions tally on all 5 songs. If we were to go into discussing every single song and why they've been chosen as worship, it may take a long time. So I'll just turn to Didi and we'll discuss maybe 1 or 2 songs. Maybe the ones they said are not worship. The first one they said is not a worship. The worship song is Blessed Assurance.
By Christian worship.
Yeah, by
Very
Christian
interesting.
worship. I mean, that is one song that we sing in church, and you know how it is. Our hearts are like, blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. What do you have to say? I would have thought that would be worship.
Well, it's a very powerful and popular song. But looking at the lyrics, you can sort of get an imagery of what the singer or writer is trying to communicate. Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. He's actually writing about getting to heaven, an assurance of heaven or of a glory beyond here as we're looking to the rapture and all those great things. So it's actually not a worship song. We sing it like a hymn and, as sometimes as a worship song. But getting it, he's talking about the blessed assurance of being in Christ Jesus and the hope of a better life as well, a glory when we get to heaven, a glory in the rapture. So that actually is not a worship song, which they correctly identified as not being a worship song, as popular as it is. And the next one was My Testimony, song number 4 by Elevation Worship. Clearly, My Testimony is not a worship song. It's a lovely one. It's a great one. Elevation Worship are beautiful people and singers, have a lot of lovely songs. But this particular one is not a worship song as fitting in this category. So we can also see that from the procession and the lyrics of the song as it goes through.
Yeah, thank you. I totally agree with what you said, because Blessed Assurance is a beautiful hymn. I love to sing it because, truthfully, like Didi said, it points me to, what will happen after now. All right? Angels descending, looking above, I and my Savior, we're happy, we're blessed, So it's really not worship per se, as beautiful as it is. We can sing it. Please let me say, if we say a song is not a worship song, doesn't mean you can't sing it. We're simply saying that if you really want to worship, then look for songs. If you want to worship through music, look for songs that engineer the worship in you, all right, properly, accurately. Let me say something. This is the concluding episode, so it's important that we point out certain things. If you want to know what you are doing when you're worshiping, pay attention to the worship. Pay attention. That's how you know what you're actually saying, the impact of what you're saying. A lot of times, it seems that when we are worshiping in songs, because we know the lyrics, we're just flowing. We know the lyrics, so we're just flowing. We're just flowing. We're just going with the flow. But take a little time. From now on, take a little time to listen and analyze the words of any song that you want to sing in worship. You will be amazed that some of those songs are not exactly worship songs. They are not songs that express worship. See? But because over time, these songs have gotten popular, we sing them in our churches, in our gatherings, so we don't even really pay so much thought. But in worship, it's an audience of one. God is the only one that exists if it is worship. In the place of worship, nothing else matters. Nothing else counts. It's an audience of one. So if you're singing a song that you say is a worship song, but there are third parties, other parties involved, it's no more pure worship. See? So that's why it's important to go over the songs that you are using to express your worship. Like we said, worship is not only expressed in songs. Songs, hymns are just vehicles, by which we express worship. I will recommend that you still go back to the 30 truths about worship. All right? That we had, the series, it's 30 weeks of discussing worship. So you can imagine how in-depth. The one in particular where Samsung featured, we talked extensively about worship that didn't have anything to do with songs, singing. You'll be amazed. The first place the Bible mentions worship is in Genesis, and it has absolutely nothing to do with singing any song. So if we must express worship through songs, it's important that we pay attention to the words of the song. Having said this, we acknowledge that the two teams agreed on all the songs, right? So let's look at the score sheets and see what the buzzer helped each team to accomplish. And like Didi said, stay faithful to your team. Can I have the results? Oh, wow. Woo. Okay. In this final episode of Worship Song Challenge, Team Melody had a bonus points of 4. Team Harmony, you had bonus points 2. Now, they both agreed correctly on all the songs. That means they said yes to the songs that were worship, and they said no to the songs that are not worship. And for this, both teams have 10 points each. But then again, grace Grace. Grace works. Grace worked for this team, and they have a total of 14 points. That is Team Melody. You are the winning team for this concluding episode. Team Harmony, you came up with 12 points. Congratulations. Oh my word, what an amazing, amazing time it has been on this series. I have thoroughly enjoyed discussing worship in such a fun way, and I trust you have too. All the links for the songs that we discussed in this episode are right there in the description box. Find time to go listen to the songs in their entirety. You would enjoy them, I assure you. And then I also like to reiterate, find time to go over 30 truths about worship. By the way, we have the ebook coming out this April, so get ready. Yes. I'm excited, really excited, because there are people that missed the edition, and they're going to have the time to actually catch up by the time the ebook is available this April. I'm excited about that. Woo! It's been fun, it's been exciting, it's been beautiful, it's been wonderful. So now we are saying our goodbyes. And before I do that, I'd like to just say a very big thank you to Didi, my co-host. You have been amazing. Thank you very much for all the work put into this series. Thank you for the ideas. Thank you for the support, for everything. Thank you. You made it work anyhow. Distance was not a barrier. We made sure distance was not a barrier. Thank you very much. So any final words before we sign out completely from this episode?
I just say it's been a lovely time, lovely to serve. Serving is the greatest thing ever, and serving God's people as well, because we were born for worship, made for it, and the education of the church as well. The edification that comes from these messages, these fun games, because worship is interesting, worship is lovely, and it ought to be the joy of every Christian. And so to be able to participate in such a program as this is a blessing, it's an honor. Thank you again for the opportunity, and I'll see you guys some other time in life.
Thank you very much. Thank you. How much thank yous can I say? But I'd like to say a very big thank you so much for being part of this journey from the beginning up until now. Kindly like this video, subscribe to our channel on all the media platforms, share the video and get some other people worshiping in the right way. Thank you very much to the crew, the technical crew. Thank you very much. You've been amazing. DJ Chibuzo, thank you very much. Chi, thank you. Team Melody, you have been from the beginning. And then Team Harmony, well done. And to all of you out there, would like to say thank you very much. God bless you. Keep worshiping. Bye-bye. Let's get more people worshiping the right way.